Hello students, how are you all? I would like to welcome all my dear students to our online class teaching. This is subject Social Studies and we are starting a new lesson called India Wins Freedom. India Wins Freedom. The lesson title is 16. Okay, the get set, you need to do it by yourself to improve your general knowledge. What's the meaning of India Wins Freedom, students? You all know how our India was under the control of British people, right? The British government, England, they all ruled our country called India, right? So slowly our leaders have formed very strongly to fight against the British government, to send them from our country India to their place, so that India will have freedom completely. So that we are going to look very carefully. In this lesson we are going to see who are the main leaders who have participated in this movements. And those leaders, they did not fight by using protesting, by fighting, having war, this and that, but they had very silent fight, that they only ask by word, they never fight using any weapons. Let's see it. Okay, now look at the book, page number 107. Page number 107. See here, the Indian National Congress achieved limited success during us early years. Okay, that have you remember Indian National Congress that I have taught you in the last class? The previous lesson is connected to this. They formed a meeting, Indian National Congress, but they did not have complete success in the earlier time. Later, the leaders of the Congress at this time were known as the moderates. Moderates means the leaders who are newly came, the modern situation. So they are called moderates. The leaders in those time who have come up, they are called the moderates. Let's see who are the leaders. Dadabhai Naoroji and Gopal Krishna Gokhale were moderate leaders. I will ask you students, who are the moderate leaders? Dadabhai Naoroji and Gopal Krishna Gokhale. They were the moderate leaders. What they did, they believed in pleading with the British government to bring about reforms. They pleaded by asking humbly, they pleaded the British government to have freedom, to form reformers. Gradually means slowly, they grew another group within the Congress. Within the Indian National Congress, they raised another group. They were called the radicals. See here, RADICALS, radicals. First we saw Indian National Congress. Now there is another name called radicals, the second group. What they did, let's see. They wanted to oppose the British strongly. Whatever the British government brought, this new group, they are called radicals, they always oppose, means against, they will speak against the British government very strongly. They were in favor of strikes and boycotts. They also favor of these two things. And then Lala Lalpat Raj, Bal Gangadhar Tilak and Bipin Chandra Pal were the three popular leaders of radicals. I will ask you, who are the three popular leaders in radical group? Let us read it again. Lala Lajpat Rai, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Bipin Chandra Pal, they are the popular leaders of the radical group. See, there is a sentence written by Bal Gangadhar Tilak. What he says, Swaraj is my brightness and I shall have it. What's the meaning of Swaraj? Means having faith, having these are the leaders. Okay, so he says that Swaraj, that is a word. Brightness means everything going through proper order, through proper pleading, that is a brightness, and I shall have it. That good thing he will have it. Partition of Bengal. There's another problem there arise. It's called partition of Bengal. Now in 1905 the British decided to partition Bengal, means they want to separate Bengal. One part was to have largely Hindu population, while the other part was to have Muslim. See, they want to divide Bengal as two part. One part large Hindu, another part for Muslim. And you see the picture Lala Lal Patraj, Bal Gangadhar Tilak. This is Bibin Chandra Pal. And you see here we have, you can look in your book. In my phone it is not clear. You can check in your book all the year and how, what are the leaders, in what are the forms that they have fought. And here only Gandhiji he enters, right? And there are another leaders also who fought for our country. We will see little by little. So majority, another part majority Muslim. The partition was an attempt. Partition means to divide Bengal into two parts. What was an attempt to prevent Hindus and Muslims from uniting against the British. They want to divide these two groups so that they will not come against British together. People strongly opposed the partition, but people of those places, they were against this condition. The Congress launched the Swadeshi and the boycott movement. Swadeshi and boycott movement. What's the meaning of Swadeshi? That we are going to see, which means Swadeshi means one's own country, our everything, our own country, others are not involved. And boycott movement means without fighting we have to get freedom. As a result, what happened after doing all this? As a result, the British were forced to reunite the Bengal in 1911. After having all these movements, then British have decided to unite Bengal. What they have separated, and they started to reunite Bengal in which year? 1911. All the years are very necessary. Next, now we will see what is the Swadeshi movement and what is boycott movement. This is only important in this lesson. Swadeshi means one's own country. The movement aimed to popularize the use of goods made in India. Swadeshi means one's own country. I have told you. The movement, what is the aim of that movement? To popularize, to make popular of using goods which are made in India. The things which made in India itself people have to use, not the things comes from other part of India, other than India. People were asked to boycott all foreign goods. They should not buy foreign goods. They should use only things made in India. They made huge bonfires of foreign made goods. They just fired all the things which made from other countries. A large number of women and students joined the movement. In Swadeshi movement, many women and students have joined because they well known educated students, they know that they have to follow this movement to have our own country. The government tried to suppress the movement, but the government tried to suppress the movement. Then later what happened? The revolutionaries. What is the meaning of revolutionaries? Some young people in Bengal, Punjab, and Maharashtra felt that the moderates and the radicals had not achieved enough. There were two groups I have told you. One is moderate leaders, another one radical groups. But they felt, the people from which places? Bengal, Punjab, Maharashtra. They are the north, right? Those people felt, means they came to know that this group's not having any achievement. Then this revolutionaries believed, people, some group of people, they come up with new ideas. They are called revolutionaries. Believed that the British could be driven out of India only through force. What they did, by force they should go out. They were willing to sacrifice their lives for the country. The people of revolutionary, they were willing to sacrifice, means they wanted to even give their own life for our country. They want to sacrifice their life for our own country. Yes, we have to support our country, that is India. That's why we all are called as Indians. Who all are that? Ajit Singh, Aurobindo Ghosh, Gudiram Bose, Veer Savarkar were the early revolutionaries. This group people, they are the revolutionaries. Some of them were later arrested and hanged. Those leaders, what they came out? The first two groups did not achieve enough, so they have come with a new idea. They have to force the British government to get out of India. But some of them were later, they have been arrested, and some of them even put in prison and hanged, right? Okay, now today we have seen revolutionary movements, and we saw Swadeshi boycott movement, and our Bengal was divided into two parts, I told you, and there was radical movement, radical groups, and the beginning there was group of people, they are called moderates leaders, correct? Moderate leaders, revolutionaries, radical leaders, okay, and later revolutionary they have come out. Okay, with this we will conclude for today's class. The next class, with the good example, Gandhiji leads the nation, that we are going to continue in the Zoom class. Thank you students for listening very carefully, and we will go through this video again and learn it, and we will discuss the rest of the lesson tomorrow's Zoom class. Thank you all. Have a nice day.